Good day, everyone. Welcome to Accounting Expo with Abisola Beke, your financial accounting teacher. In the last video, for better understanding of this topic, we are going to use this illustration exercise to prepare our purchase daybook. On 1st January 2024, he started business with 11,000 naira. That's not an entry into purchase daybook. Then out of the money, he used 5,000 naira to rent the shop apartment, then purchase garment rack with 3,000 naira cash on 4th of January. Now, 5th of January, he bought the following items from Ajala on credit basis. 2 ladies wear at 30,000 naira each. We have 4 packet shirts at 8,000 naira. So followed by 4 children's wear at 3,000 naira each. So in the question we have, these purchases attracted a trade discount of 10%. Now for the invoice number 120. The next transaction took place on the 8th of January when he purchased 10 men's trousers at 1,000 naira each, 6 packet shirts at 2,000 naira each, 4 ladies wears at 5,000 naira each from Taye, all of them less 5% trade discount, and the terms of payment was shown on invoice number 30. The next transaction that took place was on the 9th of January when he brought children's wears, then the invoice number 5. Then the last transaction took place on the 30th of January when he bought the following items from Titi: 5 women's wears at 5,000 naira, 3 packet shirts at 4,000 naira each, 6 children's wear at 6,000 naira each, less 10% trade discount. Terms and condition of payment shown on invoice number 700. 5th of January, he bought the following items from Ajala on credit basis. In the column for date, 5th of January will be recorded in the column for date. Then in the particulars column, the name of the creditor will appear first. So Ajala will be the first item on that column, followed by the 2 ladies wears at 30,000 naira each will be the first item to the name of the creditor in the particulars column. Now for the invoice number, invoice number 120 will be written there. Then the ledger folio for now is going to be blank because information on it was not given to us. So for the amount column, we have 60,000 naira, because if we multiply by 30,000 by 2, it gives us 60,000 naira. Then on the particulars column, we have 4 packet shirts at 8,000 naira. The amount column will carry this 32,000 naira. That is, by the time we multiply 8,000 naira with 4, it gives us 32,000 naira. So followed by 4 children's wear at 3,000 naira each. In the amount column, we have 12,000 naira. Having documented all the items purchased from Ajala, the next thing is to total the amount of all the individual items, of all the various items bought from him. By the time we total it summed up to 104,000 naira. So in the question we have, these purchases attracted a trade discount of 10%. 10% of 104,000 naira is 10,400 naira. So which will be subtracted from 104,000 naira. So the solution, the final solution of 93,600 naira will be written in the total column. So it's necessary as their last transaction is demarcated from the next person's transaction. So a line will be drawn across the particulars column. So the amount, the net value to the amount of the amount column, leaving the total column blank. No line will be under the total column because we are still going to add each of the suppliers net value together. So on the 6th of January, he bought shelving display from Titilope with 5,000 naira on credit. Actually, he purchased. But what did he purchase? Shelving display. Shelving used to display the goods that we sell from Titilope on credit basis, worth 5,000 naira. Although it's purchases, but it will not be recorded in the purchase daybook because it was purchase of fixed assets on credit basis. So that transaction will be recorded in the proper journal and not in the purchase daybook. The next transaction took place on the 7th of January. That took place on the 7th of January. He bought additional ladies wear 2,000 naira on cash basis. It will equally not be recorded because it was not a credit purchase but rather a cash transaction. This transaction took place on the 8th of January when he purchased 10 men's trousers at 1,000 naira each, 6 packet shirts at 2,000 naira each, 4 ladies wears at 5,000 naira each from Taye, all of them less 5% trade discount, and the terms of payment was shown on invoice number 30. So the first thing that will be recorded will be the date the transaction took place, which was 8th of January 2024 in the column for date. Then in the particular stroke account details column, Taye will come first, the name of the creditor. Then the quantity and the quality of the goods, the various items. But the first item bought from Taye was 10 trousers at 1,000 naira each. So in the column for invoice number, we have invoice number, we have 30. Then for the 10 trousers bought at 1,000 naira, in the amount column, 10,000 naira will be written, because when we multiply 10,000 with when we multiply 1,000 with 10, it gives us 10,000 naira, followed by 6 packet shirts at 2,000 naira each. In the amount column, we write 12,000 naira. Then 4 ladies wears at 5,000 naira each. When we multiply, it will give us 20,000 naira. The sum total of the items bought, all the items bought from Taye, is 42,000 naira. Then we are going to less the 5% trade discount from the 42,000 naira, and 5% of 42,000 naira is 2,100 naira. So by the time we subtract 2,100 naira from 42,000 naira, in the total column, the net amount for Taye is 39,900 naira. Then on the next transaction that took place on the 9th of January, when he brought children's wears from Olabisi. So in the days column, we have 9th of January 2022. Olabisi's name will come first in the particular stroke account details column, followed by children's wear. Then the invoice number 5 will be written in the column for invoice number. But in this case, the 7,000 naira will be written under total column because there is no adjustment to be made. No other transaction took place between Olabisi and Bezali Stitches. So the 7,000 naira will be written directly under the total column. Then the last transaction took place on the 30th of January, but when he bought the following items from Titi: 5 women's wears at 5,000 naira, 3 packet shirts at 4,000 naira each, 6 children's wear at 6,000 naira each, less 10% trade discount. Terms and condition of payment shown on invoice number 700. So in the dates column, we have 30th of January 2020. In the particulars column, the name of the supplier, Titi, will be written first, followed. So in the particulars stroke details column, Titi's name will be written first. Then the first item that was purchased from her on credit, 5 women's wears at 5,000 naira each, will follow the name, will come out under the name. Then the invoice number 700 will be written in the invoice number. Then 5,000 multiplied by 5, which summed up to 25,000 naira, will be written in the column for amount. 6 children's wear at 6,000 naira each, summed up to 36,000 naira, will be written in the amount column. 3 packet shirts at 4,000 naira each in the particulars column will be written in the particulars column, while the sum total will be written of 12,000 naira will be written in the amount column. The next thing is to write the total amount of goods purchased from Titi, which equals 73,000 naira. Then after writing under the total of the amount, the next thing is to less the 10% trade discount received from Titi. 10% of 73,000 naira is 7,300 naira. By the time 7,300 naira is subtracted from 73,000 naira, that gives the net total of 65,700. So the next thing to do is to add the individual net amounts of goods purchased from each of the net amount for the worth of goods purchased from each of the creditors. So for Ajala, we had 93,600 naira, which will be added to the 39,900 naira worth of goods bought from Taye, the 7,000 worth of goods bought from Olabisi, while 65,700 naira worth of goods bought from Titi will be added. All of them will be added together, which gives us 206 naira, 200 naira, which will be transferred to the purchase account on the 31st of January 2024.